There's a reason it's the fastest car in the world. It's the fastest acceleration. It's the fastest track car at Nuremberg. It's the fastest from 0 to 60, 0 to 120.
We are in a private garage taking a look at some of the most exclusive cars ever to be made, and this one right here is the most powerful street legal car in the entire world, and it happens to be electric. This is the Pininfarina Battista. It has 1900 horsepower, a 0 to 60 of 1.8 seconds, and the starting price is $2.5 million. Today we'll take you behind the scenes of an incredible private collection of some of the most powerful cars on the planet, including the ultra-rare Battista.
There's only 5 in the world for this design, and it's the Anniversario, and it's dedicated to their 90th anniversary.
The Battista delivers a level of performance unachievable in any road legal sports car, and it's faster than a Formula One car, and as of recently, quicker than the Rimac Nevera, its EV cousin, though we're talking nanoseconds, and those seconds vary based on whose tests you look at. And of course, Elon Musk just entered the chat claiming Tesla's new Roadster SpaceX collab could double these specs. We've got 2 on order as referral prizes to test out for you. Now, this Anniversario edition is so rare that only a select few are fortunate enough to own.
A friend of mine in the Middle East who's a big car collector, he wanted this car. They were already sold out. He said, I'll give you millions of dollars more for the car over what the price is you sold the car for. He says, we're not making it. It's a no. If somebody came to me and offered me double what I paid for this car today, I wouldn't sell it. It's not for sale. Of course, at some number it might be for sale.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just not for sale.
Its performance is unlike anything you've ever seen. It's 0 to 100 of 1.86 seconds, it's 0 to 200 of less than 4.5 seconds, and a 0 to 300 of less than 10.5 seconds. The Battista outputs an eye-watering 1900 horsepower with over 2300 Newton meters of torque, beating the likes of the Nevera and the Bugatti Chiron in almost every metric. When each car in the garage costs way more than your house, you wear booties. Deliveries of these first 5 Anniversarios began last year, Michael Jordan being one of the other famous owners. Total production run is expected at 150 units, with the remaining 145 units all being completely bespoke with no two alike.
It represents the 90th anniversary. We did this, which is a homage to Pininfarina.
This is unreal. I love it. Look at that. We have the signature right here.
That's Battista's signature.
Battista. Whoop.
It apparently just found my phone.
We know what you were listening to last. Most people will never ever have this kind of experience. So when you go to order something like this, what is that experience like?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because at the time I bought the car, the company was just starting, right? So it's kind of almost a startup. You're looking at cars that are millions of dollars, but you have to look beyond the car itself and look at the heritage of the company. If you look in the resale market for a Pininfarina, designed a Ferrari, some of these cars sell for $60 million. I mean, they are the design house of design houses. And a lot of the one-off cars that were built for the car industry, like Ferrari, when they had the FXX, Pininfarina built it. When Lamborghini built the Series J, they built 2 or 3, they built them, right? So they've been building cars for years.
Would you mind kind of walking me around it and just sharing some of your favorite design features?
Sure. This is the key fob. So I just double click the open. So now I've activated the car. So it's coming out of sleep mode now, right? And it'll start talking to us very shortly. You can hear the hum and you hear everything starting to click and engage.
Yes.
The lights are amazing.
I know, I love this.
Yeah. And that's just the running lights now, so we don't have on the full lights. When the full lights are on, it'll light all the way across.
This is the logo. I love that too. Tell me about the box. What's the story with the box?
This is what they delivered the bill in.
Oh wait, is that the car?
It's waking up, yeah. It's coming out of sleep mode. So it's now starting to talk to you. So you can see the dash lit up and said Battista. See the dash is lighting up and telling you Battista and giving you a little hello.
Some say EVs lack soul because they're quiet. Pininfarina leaned in on the sound its four motors naturally make, designing what they call sono puro, pure motion, creating a new performance sound for its new performance benchmarks. The body design is even tuned to complement the sound of airflow around it, and as you accelerate, the sound increases by 54 Hz, a multiple of 432 Hz, considered to be the purest sound in the universe.
In the box, well, it's got a couple things. One, this is for the keys, right, in your plaque. No, honestly, I don't even know what this is. It's some kind of metal thing. And then this is a booklet on the car. This is your front license plate frame, or your rear license plate frame, all carbon. Crazy. And then below is storage for your car cover and your charger.
Because its 120 kilowatt-hour battery pack weighs 3 times the weight of a V8 engine, its design had to be refined to create the perfect balance for a hypercar, which happens to make it an incredibly safe one as well. It has a full carbon monocoque, a carbon battery pack housing, and rear carbon subframes.
It's awake now.
The handle is just like a little hidden button.
Yeah, so it's just a
there.
touch in the inside. So you just kind of give it a push and it just comes up. Doors are incredibly light.
All right.
The car's 100% carbon fiber. So one of the first things you're going to notice if you're a race car driver, that's a monocoque carbon fiber tub. So what does that mean? So that means this tub is solid carbon fiber, and if this car were to be in an accident, you would be protected by this, meaning nothing's going to penetrate that. They protect the driver.
The battery houses special cylindrical cells with higher density that can withstand higher internal pressure without deforming, something specifically needed for this hypercar. The chassis is actually borrowed from Rimac Navara. It is all electric, but it is very different than a lot of electric vehicles. The batteries actually go almost like a T-shape through the center of the vehicle and through the back of it. Kind of the weight is along the back side of it.
But this thing's all designed for performance. There's a reason it's the fastest car in the world. It's the fastest acceleration. It's the fastest track car at Nuremberg. It's the fastest from 0 to 60, 0 to 120, all the numbers. It just breaks every number known to mankind. The top end is limited on the car because the car is very heavy, and you could destroy the tires. There really isn't a tire that will take this car beyond the acceleration that it's at now that's safe. So until they create something that's stronger and could do that, they can tune it to go faster and even quicker than it goes. The problem is, if they tuned it any faster, you might peel the tire off when you accelerate.
Jeff heads operations at API, overseeing everything from development to testing and production on some of the highest performance tires in the world, from XComp, Gladiator, and Xena.
We spec'd a tire for this car. We're working with them with their new build, their SUV, which is called Pure Vision, and it'll come OE with our products as an option. I apologize that my charger's sitting on the floor, but I haven't had time to put it on the wall yet because...
Okay, let's walk over to the charger though, because this is like a whole design piece in itself.
Right. It's a universal charger, so it's nothing tricky.
And then it lights up right here while it's charging.
While it's charging, exactly. It's kind of, I think this is an homage to Back to the Future. The food processor.
Yes.
The Battista has a range of 300 miles, a world record for an electric hypercar. But it's one EV that's not about how far you can go, but more how fast you can slow down. It houses carbon ceramic Brembo brakes with 6 piston calipers, also holding the record for shortest stopping distance, coming to a complete stop from 100 in just 31 meters.
It's kind of cool when you're displaying the car. You can just kind of bring the air brake up. If you were driving at a high rate of speed, the air brake would come up. It wouldn't wave at you. You see how it's waving now? It'd be flat. Now, it might wave at higher acceleration, and what it's doing is you create a downforce on this to push the back end down. And if you were going fast and you hit the brake hard, it would change the angle to give you more downforce to slow the car. The car's all about control.
Yeah.
Every wheel is independent, has its own motor, has its own full suspension. The car's like a spider, right? So it just kind of, you can imagine you got 4 points, and as the car accelerates into a turn and the inertia pulls the front corner, right corner down, the car will lift itself and level itself. So you don't have to do anything, which is amazing, because typical race car, you would look for an apex.
So do you drive this, or is it more of like a garage queen?
I have a lot of garage queens, that's true. I have driven the car quite a bit, not this one. I just took delivery of this car recently, and will I drive it? At some point, for sure, it'll go out, it'll see the road. Will I track this car? Probably not. I'll probably track the factory cars. Don't tell Dave that. The first time I drove it, the car's a little frightening how fast it is. I mean, it's very frightening. I mean, I felt, even as heavy as this car was, I felt when I accelerated the first time and I was in Italy and the roads were kind of, up and down, and I felt the car was just coming, I thought it was just gonna take off. So I actually had to let off the gas because I was just a little nervous. The acceleration is such a rush that it just kind of, just throws you back in your seat.
So the 0 to 60 is 1.8 seconds, and it has 1900 horsepower, which is insane. If you think about it, there are 4 different motors. Each motor has like 500 horsepower, which is almost like a Plaid on every single motor, if you think of it.
You have this little compartment back here, which is kind of cool. I'll let you kind of come around so you can kind of see it. There we go. So this, this is your trunk.
It's like a little suitcase.
When you go on vacation, this would be your space for your luggage.
But this is not what you're gonna take on vacation.
Well, probably not.
Probably
But
not.
this, so I actually have luggage that's made that matches the car that goes in here.
Let's step inside if we're able. Can we go
We're
inside?
absolutely, yeah,
I'm like
absolutely.
scared to touch, I feel
Yeah,
like.
just touch it, it's fine. It's all
Okay.
it's all wrapped. The car's 100% wrapped, so you're not going to do any damage to the car.
Okay, so inside. So is this leather or?
It is not.
It's not leather.
No, it's a sustainable material. Their whole concept is sustainability, including the tires had to be sustainable material as well.
If you opt for leather, the materials are tanned with olive leaves to reduce the need for harmful chemicals. And Pininfarina claims there are over 128 million possible interior configurations, keeping it minimal yet elegant with the highest quality available. And once one is selected, it becomes unavailable to others.
They can design any seat you like, any kind of pattern you like, but this just happens to be the Anniversario pattern for this car.
I love this. Okay.
It's
so
very
now-
comfortable. The seat's very comfortable.
I'm scared to put my feet down though in here. What?
Yeah, put them
Okay, I have
down.
my
Go
booties
ahead.
on. They match the car.
There you go. Yeah.
They're designed by Pininfarina.
Yeah, blue. Yeah, they match the seatbelt.
They match.
Yeah.
I love the seatbelts. So it's one pedal driving, like it has
Everything's one
regenerative-
pedal. You only have one pedal. That's it. You got go and whoa. You got gas and stop. That's it. There's no Triptronic. There's nothing going on here. You notice like all the control knobs, all the bezels are all anodized blue rings and anodized silver. And so the interesting thing is the person that is in charge of the design, the main designer, Dave Amante, his wife, Sarah, is also a very famous designer. She comes from the clothing industry and she's the designer of the interior, the materials and all that. She's very, very good at what she does.
I love it.
They have a very gracious CEO of the company. They're very humble, they're very approachable. They're true car people.
All right, let's go inside and look at the different drive modes. So look at the steering wheel. We actually have a lot of the buttons right here. The blinkers are on the left and the right side of the steering wheel. And then we just have these 3 screens right here. This one is going to be your speedometer in the center. And then on the left side is where you're gonna see the different drive modes and learn about them. Over here on the door is actually where you would turn the different drive modes. Listen to the acoustics that go with them. So this is their least powerful setting. They call it comma, and it's 500 kilowatts of power. Okay, that is like a Tesla Plaid in their least powerful mode. And look at this, we have 1100 Newton meters of torque. Now, if we take it up 1 notch, we go into Pura. Now, did you hear that? The sound dynamically changes as you go up in the different drive modes. This one has 745 kilowatts of power, almost 1400 Newton meters of torque. Stepping up into their sport mode, they call it Energica. And check this out, this has 1100 kilowatts of power. Okay, can you even imagine what that will feel like? Okay, it's almost 1900 Newton meters of torque. That's insane. This is like Bugatti Chiron. Step aside. We're in hypercar territory here. And this isn't even the most powerful mode, okay? We gotta go there. This is Ferocia. This is the track mode. It has 1400 kilowatts of power, 2300 Newton meters of torque. The last 2 modes are limited to while driving, but you can see the incredible power provided while in track mode by this impressive drivetrain. So between the torque vectoring and the active spoiler, you're actually able to dynamically adjust the power that goes to each wheel. It helps with cornering and just gives you this insane experience when you're driving. Now, I didn't get the chance to drive it, but I'm working on another video with just that, so be sure you're subscribed as there's so much more to come. This is your garage. People know about Jay Leno's garage, but I feel like yours might be better.
Well, Jay's a great guy, and he's a working garage, so he's modifying cars and working on cars. First of all, this garage just got finished, so we're not even done with all the artwork. So Pininfarina is going to do a whole homage to the car there and do all the walls here. We have a Lamborghini artwork that's going to go on this wall, and then we have Shelby that's going to go on that wall. More kind of off the men's lounge and just, a little bit more of the fun cars to see and look at and appreciate. Most people love cars. A lot of my friends have kids. They come over here. They're out of their minds, right?
I'm already planning on FaceTiming my son a little bit here.
Yeah, come over and you should bring the kids. Actually, I'd love to take kids out. So,
how did you first get into tires and cars? Like, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I was always a gearhead from the time I was like 8 years old. I remember taking my dad, I used to have to mow the lawns, and I took my dad's, he bought a gas-powered mower. So I took the motor out of the lawnmower and made a go-kart out of it. And then I bought a hand mower, and I hand mowed the lawn for like maybe almost 8 months before he realized, like, where's the lawnmower? And I go, well, it broke. And then he found it was all tore apart. And he goes, okay, now where's the lawnmower? They found out I made a go-kart out of it. So, I mean, I've been...
Was he mad or was he kind of impressed?
Oh, no, I got a beating. Yeah, no. He was mad, for sure. But I've always been into boats and cars and just going fast my whole life. I love it. And, keep your fast on the track, not on the streets. I'm all about that, too, because, Anyway, I've had some people that died by street racing, so something you don't want to do ever. So, if you want to track your car, get on the track, go do your business, keep it on the track, don't put it on the street. I think that's super important. It's fun. It's just it's a great hobby, and, I collect cars that I like and I use. I try to use. I don't use them all, but, I'm very passionate. I have a few Shelbys upstairs as well. My favorites would be Pininfarina, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Shelby, and Porsche. I mean, that's my go-to stuff. I love it.
Any life advice? Because I know a lot of people out there are wondering, like, how did you get to where you're at? Any two bits for people?
Anybody can achieve whatever they want in life. It's just a matter of being passionate and finding something that you want to do. What do you like to do? If you're a young person and you've been to high school, or maybe you went to college and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? Okay, maybe I got an accounting degree. Well, if you hate accounting, don't do accounting. Like, figure out something that you love to do, because every day is not like work. You enjoy it. You get up, you have fun. You enjoy doing it. I'm a tire manufacturer. I love it. It's my hobby, and we've expanded the company so many different product ranges, and we're very fortunate to have a lot of OE positions. We're fortunate to have a relationship with Pininfarina, and it's find something you love to do.
Great advice. I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really appreciate this. Hey guys, before we head out, I wanted to thank our Patreon members for making videos like this one possible, where we travel to various locations. And if you're wondering what our Patreon members get, they get access to exclusive content like this video that's about to go live featuring Jeff's other supercars in his collection. You also get never before seen footage and on-air shoutouts. So check out the link below, and thanks for helping make these videos possible. What do you think, Liam? Look what else is in here. Lambo?
Yeah.
What do you think? Now, here's one I know you're gonna love over here.
The yellow Lambo?
Yep. Oh, look at this, and I have one for Landon. I know this will be Landon's favorite over here. Landon's a little bougie. Okay, which one do you want to take home?
Royce. No, wait. Can you search for right now how much is the price for the...
Can you search up how much is the price? He said.
Yeah, I want to make money.
I hope you do. We're gonna strategize when we get home. I like
Coffee
this.
break. I'll be back. Yeah, there's your coffee right there.
Is this the first time you've ever put coffee in here?
In this car, yes. It'd probably be the last time too. But
Well, you're with Kim Java.
that's right,
so.
exactly.